Yes, 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 people. You are on the History of Hip Hop with JJ. You are on Black Culture Radio. I am very, very blessed and lucky to have in the house a dope rapper from Toronto who I've been following for a while now. I have This Is Hip Hop in the house. How you doing, brother?
Not too bad, JJ. What up, man? Salute everybody. Thanks for having me on, bro. I'm glad to finally connect and get on here. So
Yeah, cool, man. Cool, man. Thank you for this. Yeah, we've been trying to do this for a couple of weeks, but life gets in the way. You know how it goes.
it's
Good.
crazy, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Good to have you on, man. So you'll have to excuse me as well. I'm a little bit ill at the minute, so if I you know what I mean, have to pause for a minute.
I just
Yeah,
just got over it, so I totally understand. I just had
yeah,
it for like 2 weeks, man.
yeah. It's really cold here right now, which seems like a weird thing to say to a Canadian.
Right.
What's the weather like in Toronto at the moment?
It's actually not that bad right now. We've had a couple of nice days, like we're talking like 10 degrees and stuff right now,
Uh,
Celsius and stuff. No snow, nothing crazy yet. So
yeah.
yeah,
That's
man.
cool, man. That's cool because yeah, my car's iced over and all that. All the kids have been ill.
Oh, crazy.
All
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
man. So we'll get to it. Since we're talking about Toronto, we might as well start there. Um, what's the scene like there? Because obviously, you know, what I mean, Toronto's been, you know, pretty well known for the last decade, decade and a half because of a certain massive hip hop artist.
Right,
So
right.
what's the scene like there nowadays?
We have a good scene, man. It's the only thing about here is that I mean, it's you really got to get out of here to make it big, right? Like you got to leave Canada, leave Toronto, you got to get to the states in order to make it, blow up. You can't. There's no, I don't know how to explain it. There's no execs and stuff here. There's no structure here for that kind of thing, right?
Mhm.
You kind of got to get to the states and get to the big record companies and whatever to really blow up. But I mean, the underground scene is amazing here. We have a great hip hop scene here, and I mean, just arts in general,
Mm.
everything. We have a lot of stuff over here. It's yeah, it's good, man.
Yeah, I mean, and do you get a chance to see any other parts of Canada and any scenes there, or is it just really Toronto that's the kind of
Uh, Yeah, for me, mostly Toronto. I mean, I got kids and stuff at home. I don't travel much. When I get to go out and do shows or go see my buddies do shows, like I just went to the Mickey Fax show. My buddy was doing a DJ. He was DJing Imperative,
mm,
and we went to the Mickey Fax show downtown Toronto, and that was a good time. I got records with Mickey, so it was good. But
yeah.
oh, this guy's got a cat too. Eh? I got three, man, so I know what it's all about.
Yeah, yeah. She always wants attention when I'm doing something.
Of course.
Yeah, I'm loving your output, man. Like I'm saying, I've been following you for a little while now. Do you have any thoughts of being so prolific? Because I mean, like, you know, back in the day, you could release an album and sit on it for a couple of years. Do you know what I mean? And
Right.
then start gearing up for the next one or whatever. Are
Yeah.
you? Do you like being so prolific in this era of instant, 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 or do you wish you could kind
I
of like
don't
rest on your laurels for a bit?
I wish I could. I wish I could just sit on music, and I mean, I'm sitting on music right now, which is the crazy part. That the amount I've still put out while still sitting on 20, 30 songs that are done, I just got to get them out. But
Mhm.
yeah, I would love to be able to sit on it longer and not have to put out singles every 3 weeks to a month or whatever. Like, I mean, it's just the way it is now.
Yeah.
You gotta stay relevant, you gotta almost be a content creator at the same time, which I don't love.
Mhm.
uh, but you kind of have to do it nowadays. It's just the way it goes, right? It's not all about just good music and that's it. Like you could make the greatest song in the world, but if people don't know you and see you on the camera and all this, it doesn't matter anymore. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, excuse me. Yeah, I mean, I want to go back to the beginning before this is hip hop, before you know you sort of were even to curate your own tastes in music. What kind of music did you kind of like grow up listening to, and who was providing
Oh,
that to you?
wow. Man, I grew up in a house where my mom only listened to country music 24 hours a day. I wasn't allowed to listen to anything else. My dad
Mm,
listened to old rock and roll, like classic rock, but it was 24 hours a day. The country music channel was on around the house when we're in the cars, country music. I mean, that's all I knew until I got old enough. I had to be 12, 13, and then heard a KRS-One record, and
mm,
I never looked back, man. You know,
okay.
but yeah, it was mostly country music and classic rock is what I grew up on for the most part.
Mm,
But I have an old soul. I love old soul music. I mean, as you know, in all my samples, a lot of them are, soul kind of flips.
yeah.
Um, yeah, that old 60s, 70s, 80s soul music. I love that stuff, right?
Mhm. So, I mean, was that an avenue that you found yourself, or was someone else kind of like responsible for guiding you down that path, kind of thing?
Good question. So it started with a Smack DVD. I don't know if you remember Smack DVD back in the day.
Mm,
Uh, and I saw Arsonist from the Heatmakers, and he made a beat on the MPC, and I never seen it done before. And then he was flipping like an old soul joint, and I was like, "Yo, this is great! I love this. This is like I need to know how to do that.
mm,
I'm gonna do that one day." And yeah, man, I just fell in love with like flipping soul samples and vocal samples and things like that from that day. And then just I never got around to doing it until later in life, but I
yeah.
always wanted to do it as a kid growing up. Like
Mm,
ever since I seen that Smack DVD, man.
mm. And you mentioned KRS-One. When you got into hip hop for yourself, what kind of artists were you listening to? What kind of years? What year are we talking roughly?
Oh man, it started with KRS-One, but then I got into it, and I mean, obviously, like guys like Tupac, Biggie, even A Tribe Called Quest, Busta Rhymes, Nas. I like all the big names, and then I sort of found Sean Price and guys like that, and then kind of went to the underground more and
Mm,
less mainstream artists and stuff like that. But yeah,
yeah, yeah. Okay. And when you started making your sort of first forays into, you know what I mean, your artistic endeavor, what form did it take? Like, did you try writing rhymes yourself, or has it always been kind of like the more producing side?
it's funny. So before I made beats, way back when I was a teenager and all that stuff, I wanted to make beats,
Mm,
but I just used to freestyle a lot and things like that, like just a drunken party thing or whatever you used to do, whatever kid thing, right?
mm,
But I used to just freestyle a lot, and yeah, I always wanted to produce. It was really the love of it for me,
mm,
and then COVID hit, and I was just like, you know what? What better to like my company shut down during COVID, and I had time, right? I got a big severance package. I was like, I'm just sitting at home anyway. I'm just gonna give it a shot, see what happens, right? And
okay.
just went from there. But yeah, it started out as like freestyle, and I, tried writing and things like. I don't know. I hate my voice on the microphone and stuff like that. It doesn't work for me, man.
Yeah, I had to get used to that doing this show because, yeah, when you listen to your voice back, it sounds weird. It always does. I don't
For
think you
sure. I
ever.
think I think everybody hates it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think you ever really get used to it. So when you first got into beat making, it's COVID where you really started, or did you have equipment before that? Like, how did you first sort of get your first pieces of equipment and start messing around with them?
So it actually started. I didn't have equipment. I just had a laptop, and I would manually cut everything up in like a program
Mm,
and just kind of cut and paste the beat together type thing and add drums. I had Reason,
yeah.
and I just used Reason and then cut the samples up and pasted them together kind of thing. And
Mm,
then eventually I got my little MPC mini and kind of evolved from there and got a little vinyl player that I could sample from and things like that. But yeah, just started as a basic program, man. That was it.
all right, that's cool, man. That's cool. And was it always hip hop, or have you sort of like gone into other genres a little bit?
It's only been hip hop thus far. I would love, in all fairness, I love hip hop. It's my true thing. But man, I would love to be able to do like a crazy, like David Guetta, like a dance song. I would love to be able to. Those records sell like hotcakes. I would love to do that.
Yeah.
I just don't know how to do it yet. But yeah, I would love to. I would love
Mm,
to indulge in any kind of other music or whatever, just to you know broaden my talent, broaden
yeah,
what I can do. But yeah, my love is hip hop though, for sure.
yeah. I mean, I'm assuming it's just different beat packs and just figuring it out, I guess. But obviously, I don't know either.
Right. Yeah.
Right. You've um, you've worked with a lot of dope rappers. You know, K Prez, Mickey Fax, like you were saying, Rex, Don Pacino. I love Killer Army, man. I'm such a massive Killer Army fan. Um,
for sure.
How
Yeah.
how do you facilitate your collabs?
Uh, what do you mean by
I
facilitate? What
mean,
do you mean?
do you approach them? Do they approach you? Like, how does a collab
Uh,
start?
oh, got it. Okay. So it started out. It's funny because so this is hip hop started out as I wasn't a producer at the time. I was
Mm,
just I started the Instagram page to promote guys like K Prez and Mickey Faxes and guys that weren't getting the shine that I thought were dope hip hop artists.
yeah.
So I would post their songs on my page.
Mm,
And I sort of did that for I don't know 2 or 3 years, and we built friendships.
okay.
And then when I started to produce, I kind of guys were like, "Hey," and I threw it out there that I produced and stuff, but guys weren't shy to say, "Hey, yeah, we'll jump on or whatever." Right?
Mm,
It was it was good that way. I built a lot of relationships. So
okay. No, that's cool, man. Um, so yeah, I was gonna ask, how did you come up with the name, and did you have any other names before This Is Hip Hop?
I did. I had other names. I don't remember the other names or whatever. Nothing was set in stone. Like I said, it was a page to showcase hip hop. So I just wanted something that kind of said like this is what like I don't know. I felt like radio play wasn't what hip hop was.
Mm,
So I wanted a page, a name that kind of solidified that. So this is hip hop sounded like, this is where hip hop is. Like this is like this is real hip hop kind of thing, right?
yeah.
So ran with that. And then when I started producing, I just said, why am I going to change it now when everybody already knows the name? I'm just going to, call them. That's my name. That's it.
All right. Yeah, that's cool, man. Um, so yeah, do you have a certain structure with how you come up to a beat, or do they just kind of like come to you and evolve organically? Like, how do you kind of like,
Uh,
catch that vibe?
yeah, I don't go in with a game plan. It's a lot of guys go in with game plans and whatever. I don't do that. I just kind of let the music take me wherever it's gonna. It might not turn out to be a great. I could hear the beat in my head. I could hear what I think it's gonna be.
Mm,
I don't go in with a game plan. Wherever the music kind of takes me, it takes me. Sometimes it works out great. Sometimes it doesn't always work out right. But yeah, I don't go in with a set mindset. I just kind of let the vibe go where it's gonna go. I try not to let the sample drive me in one direction. I kind of want to go wherever it feels good, kind of thing,
mhm, mhm. Yeah. So yeah, you've done a few tracks, like I said, we mentioned those names, Mickey Fax, Rex, etc.
Yeah.
You've done a few tracks with Inglorious Poet. Is that something? Is there something about working with him that you or him keeps coming back, or is it just a matter of opportunity that you've sort of made more than one song with him?
Shout out to my guy Inglorious, by the way.
Mhm,
No, he's actually Inglorious is one of my favorite people I've met through this. He is a solid, good dude. He just wants to make everyone better around him. He's right. He's working on a book, like an inspiration book, and so he's doing all kinds of crazy good stuff. He's just a good guy. He's easy to work with, and we lucked out. We met through I don't remember how we met exactly,
mm,
but we just built an amazing little friendship. We talk on the phone when it's not even about music because we're both he boxes. I love boxing. I'm a boxing fan. So if I'm watching the fight and he can't get the fight, I'll go on live with let him watch the fight at my from my phone.
mm.
Um, yeah, we just built a cool relationship. So he's gonna drop a new record in January with some big names on it: Rex, Guilty Simpson, Reef the Lost Cause.
Mm.
Um, and then I have the privilege. I did a remix for the song, so he's gonna drop the first version, and then the remix will come out shortly after that, produced by me. So
Ah, dope. Okay. And when you are putting a beat together, I've had the good fortune to speak to a couple of different producers, doing this. Um, how do you know when a beat is finished? Because this is something. I mean, I've never sort of produced, you know, um, you know, like really to go in here with it. It's always just been for fun, but you can always tinker
right.
with something, tinker with it, tinker with it, tinker with it, and can never be finished. How do you know? When does the point come where it's just like, I'm done now?
it's taken me a long time to learn less is more. Um, I always think it's never finished. I'm a very perfection like I'm a perfectionist. I'm picky about the littlest silly stuff, and I can sit there for hours and tinker with one little sound for hours. I can sit there all day and play with it.
Yeah.
I've learned less is more. Leave some space for the rapper. Um, yeah, it's really it's a gut feeling. You don't know.
Mm.
It's just and then you'll think it's done and you'll get it to the MC and the guy will be like, add this or take this out or do this, like, you know what I mean? So it's really just whatever works for you and the artist at the time, really.
All right. No, that's cool, man. Um, how do you come up with the concepts for your beats? I mean, the one that's doing the rounds now is Russian Mob. How does something like Russian Mob come together? Do you come up with that before the beat comes, or is that something that you talk about with the MC, or does he come to you with the concept? Like, how does it happen?
It varies. It varies. That song, that's one of probably like one that's I made that beat within the first year I started producing. So I
Mm.
made that back in 2021 or whatever. And it got its name because it was some kind of weird Russian sample. And then I put the little snippet from a movie
Mm.
that had the Russian KGB sample thing in the beginning
Yeah,
from
yeah, yeah.
I think it's from the movie Rounders.
Okay.
And yeah, I went with that name and then we just rolled with it. So
Mm. Yeah, no, I asked that question because like we've been saying, you drop very often, and each track you drop is like a totally different concept. So I just thought I'd sort of ask it. So is it just in as it's coming together organically, you kind of like, oh, that sounds Russian, or that sounds, like
right,
a warrior.
or sometimes the MC will come up with an entirely different kind of theme or name for the tune, and then it fits, and you just roll with that. Like it really is just what works. So
Mhm.
yeah.
And when you do sort of speak to an MC, and you sort of decide you're going to make a song together, um do you like to start a song from scratch with sort of tailor it to their voice, or do you try to tinker with one of the ones that you kind of like have in the bag to match,
Right.
or is it?
I've done both. Like I said, I just did that remix for Inglorious, and remixes are funny because you get the vocals and you got to build a beat around it.
Yeah.
And for me that's harder. I don't know. For me that's harder. I find it tougher to do to make it fit perfectly to what they've already done, their voices and stuff.
Mm.
But I like the challenge of it. I usually try to just send out stuff I've already made that I've created and just kind of go with who I think will sound good on it. But I
Mm.
mean, yet again, sometimes that doesn't even work. You're like, oh, this would be perfect for him. And then the minute you send it to him, he's like, oh, I don't love it. Da, 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 right. So you never
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. All right. Do you have any plans to kind of like collate some of the tracks that you have done into sort of making more long form albums, or is the plan to just carry on with singles for now?
Uh that's a tricky one too. So I did that with Appetizers. So I dropped the album Appetizers. I don't know if you listened to it or not, but
Mm.
uh Appetizers was a bunch of singles had already released, and then I did half the album of singles I've already dropped, and then I did the other half of unreleased joints that have never been released.
Yeah.
Um, the thing is, when you are fairly, I mean, I'm not gonna classify myself as new anymore to it. I've been doing it 4 years, uh, but it's you got to build that fan base before you can just start dropping albums and
Mhm.
stuff, right? Or else, I mean, who's gonna tune into an album when nobody knows who you are?
Yeah. Yeah.
So singles for me, I love just because you get to grow your fan base a little bit easier.
Mm.
But there will be albums. I have a plan for an album. It's done. Like I said, I'm sitting on it. It's just a matter of getting the entire thing mixed and then just kind of putting it together, and it's done. I have two albums done in theory.
Mm. Okay. So, are you the kind of guy that likes to, sort of plan kind of like, a year or 2 years in advance, or is it more a case of, we'll see what happens, I release this and then see what happens 3 months down the road kind of thing? Do you get to plan ahead like that?
Yeah, I try to. Things don't go according to plan. Like, my plan this year for the end of the year was to drop a bunch of records every 2 to 3 weeks. I was just gonna release basically what I had for the album. I was just gonna drop them all as singles every 2 to 3 weeks. I was just gonna drop singles,
Mm.
and then my engineer got in an accident, had surgery, and it
Oh man.
just put a damper on everything. So kind of slowed that process down, and then Christmas hits and you got kids and it costs, like, people forget it costs money to put out these records and these albums. Like, I gotta pay for, mixing and mastering and artwork and promo or what. Like, I mean, I do it all myself,
Mm.
but if I want it to do well, you got to put money in for it, you know what I mean, to do
Yeah,
well.
yeah, to
So
get some out. Yeah.
right. So Christmas and kids, it just, it's tough this time of the year to
Mm.
kind of get all that done.
Mm.
My kids are getting older. They want more expensive gifts every year. So, it gets
Yeah, tell me
crazy.
about it. I understand that one, man.
Right.
All right, man. So yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool. Um, just I just want you to, people have been saying, the last couple of years, a phrase that's got very popular is, giving their people their flowers while they can still smell them. So while we're on, I
Right.
just want you to, shout out to people that have, sort of helped you along the way, or, people that are just you think are, dope, and that you're feeling basically.
Man, and anybody who has ever just even given me the shot or worked with me. And I mean, like I said, I got guys like Prez. I have K Prez, I have Inglorious Poet, I have my buddy Imperative. Um Imperative's one of those guys I met through my This Is Hip Hop page. And I
Mm.
mean, we became good friends. And he was helping me along the way. I mean, he didn't have to, right? But I mean, he was giving me tips and advice. And I mean, there's guys like that all over the place.
Mm.
I've been lucky enough to work with great guys, and a lot of them became friends and stuff like that.
Mm.
Uh, you don't always meet guys like that, but I mean, I've been lucky enough to work with a lot of guys who have become friends and things. So
Yeah.
yeah, Inglorious Poet, K Prez, oh man, Imperative. There's lots. There's too many to name. Essentially, just anybody who's ever rocked with me, man. Mav from the Cloth. I mean, I got records with Mav from the Cloth, Main the Medicine. Um, lots of guys, man. There's
Mm.
a long list of guys that have been good to me. So
Yeah, that's something through doing these interviews, that's something that I'm happy when I hear it, man. I've heard that quite a few times in the interviews when I'm speaking to people and I say, who do you want to shout out? A lot of them have got people who just helped them when they didn't have to, man. And that's good to
right,
hear, especially with the reputation that hip hop gets sometimes. You know what I mean?
for sure.
It's good to hear that there's people out there who will, what I mean, just give you a helping hand. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
There's space
I
for all of us in this kind of like, you know.
I was just gonna say that I think there's enough room for all of us to have our little section. And I think we can all just do our own thing. But I mean, it's good to have a community that all kind of goes together and helps each other. It shouldn't be that competitive where if you help me, I'm gonna take money off your plate or with like food off your
Mhm.
plate, right? Like, I don't think it's that way. It should be the way that it is. And I'm glad you're saying that a lot of people are saying the same thing where
Mhm.
people help them. So
Yeah,
that's
I
good.
found that quite a lot in these interviews, man. So that's good to hear. Right. So just before we go, we'll wrap up. Will you just give everyone your socials, where they can find your music, all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, so it's This Is Hip Hop with two P's at the end. So this is hip and then hop with two P's on all platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube. I'm everywhere. I'm on TikTok. I'm everywhere. So yeah, add me on Spotify, follow me everywhere, and yeah, put some songs in your playlist and listen to music. Give me some feedback.
If we can get some new people listening to your stuff, man,
100%.
because carry on the dopeness, man, because it's you know what I mean. As soon as you said that you talked to me, I was so happy, man, because I've been feeling you for a good while now, and I like to talk to people from all kind of like sides of hip hop. You know what I mean? So
For sure, for sure.
yeah, so
As you see, I work with guys from UK. I work with guys all. I would love to get further out there, like
mm,
Japan and stuff. I would love to get a fan base out there, like.
mm,
But yeah, I like.
yeah, that's cool, man. So yeah, once again, man, dope producer in the house from Toronto, Canada. This is hip hop, man. Thank you for your time.
I appreciate you, JJ. Thanks for having me, man. Any other time we'll do this again, okay?
Yeah, sure, man. Thank you
I
very much.
appreciate you, bro.
We are Black Culture Radio. We are Black Culture Radio. We are Black Culture Radio.